good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. That's so weird. I tried to do something this afternoon on YouTube and it wouldn't let me. So I really didn't think this was going to work. I thought I was going to get kicked out again. So hello, it's Sunday evening on our full packed weekend racing. We promise you, week in, week out, from the MTCC Friday evening, Max 5 on Saturday evening, to here we are Sunday evening with the HPEC, the Hybrid Prototype Endurance Championship. Mickey Wivery, yeah, saying hello in the chat, saying hello, you made it. So, yeah, technology didn't beat me this time. Grrr, take that, technology. That's one for thingamajig. So, you were here for round 9. This is it. This round, the penultimate round, and then we have Le Mans next week. I think it's going to be an hour. I've not heard anything about it being a double header or anything like that. There was talk early in the championship saying, come on, let's double the time for Le Mans. But I've heard nothing, so I would go on the basis that we are 1 hour race next week. I've heard a lot of chat about round 9 in Discords. There's a 50% of excitement and trepidation over this track here in the wet. Yes, in these cars, Group 1 cars. It's going to be hard. I've seen 230, someone said 227 in the chat, and then we see Jam Huntington is leading the pack in practice with a 228.7 and 230.3 from Psycho, he's changed his name now. What's that? Psycho Pace. Psycho Pace. I guess Psycho Sheep is now Psycho Pace. I like Psycho Sheep. Why did he change it? Oh, Homesick is not Homesick, but it's Lil L in the chat. Hello, L, how are you? Hope all is good. Hello, Little Alien. That's what I'll call you. Jim on Wise. Wasn't sure he was going to come. He's not been enjoying his practices for this this wet race, but he's going to throw in and see how it goes. Jokes has been very quiet. Not said much in the chat, so I'm not sure what he's got up his sleeves. Skyjacker has said he's got 0 practice for this, but he is really excited about the challenge. It's going to be just survival of the, I don't know, the slightest of foot, the gentlest of hand. It's aggressive drivers do not fare well in the rain. Matt Psycho playing his hand close to his chest as always. Psycho Pace, eh? That's new. Get used to that. How many times am I going to call him Psycho Sheep in this stream before I get used to Psycho Pace? I don't hate Psycho Pace. I think it's a good name. Anything with Psycho in, it's got to be good. I like the idea of sheep that was psychotic. Psychotic sheep always tickled me. Mika says I can see a few using TC tonight. I would as well. I'd have that TC spanked right up to 10, 11 even, if we can. So I'll tell you the championship tables while we have this quiet moment before the beginning of qualifying, which by my account should be about 12 minutes. I'm really early, yeah. I came on early because I didn't know it was going to work. So I thought I'd have to be piddling around a bit, sorting this out and that out, either texting the boss, asking him if the passwords had changed, or just going over to my account, thingamajig, and broadcasting from there. Anyway, so before the start of round 9 of the HPEC, we'll go on Psycho Pace. In first place is Matt Psycho on 162 points. In second place, Casper still on 100. Well, he was leading, but he's on 145 points. So did enough at the beginning of the season, and there'll be drop scores, so he'll still be there by the end of the season. Third, Jam Huntington with 93 points. In 4th, Stevie Styler on 83 points. Then we have Noxie in 5th place on 55 points. He is ahead of Skyjacker, who is 6th in the table on 54 points. Only a point between them two. Behind Skyjacker is Liam Anfield, 7th. I've not heard from him this week, so I'm not sure if he's going to be here. 52 points. Then we have 8th, Jim on Wise, after his great podium last week. It's put him on to 44 points. Ahead of Psycho Sheep / Pace in 9th place with 35 points. And we have Quick Up in 10th place on 26 points, I believe. Jokers behind him in 11th with, no, I think Jokers is on 26. I think Quick Up had 28. So that puts JTX in 12th on 20 points. And then Lowy Jack or Jack Racing on 5 points. I don't think, oh god, people keep going in. But I've not heard about Jack's Racing turning up tonight, or Liam Anfield hasn't mentioned coming tonight, so I don't think they might not be here. Sad times. It is. How are you all tonight anyway? Sunday evening, we've all survived the weekend. Right, Jam says there's 10 minutes to qualifying, and Psycho Pace says this is dicey, gents. It's going to be tough for 30 minutes qualifying and then 1 hour racing. It is definitely going to be a tough one. I'll go in car in a minute to see how it looks from their point of view. Who's banging around? Well, we're in Jim on Wise, why not? So on board with a Jim on Wise, you have an F12. Excuse me, little burpee poops. Oh, Stevie Styler's joined. Sup, ladies? I love his little entry. That's brilliant. Sup, ladies? Why don't you take a seat? Mika in the chat says, and good, finally. Oh, am good. Finally got round to having that relaxing soak. Is that in the Loch Ness? Is it called? No. Yeah, the actual lake's called Loch Ness, isn't it? It's probably nowhere near Annesburg, wherever it is you are. Great. Bubbles. Extra bubbles, hopefully. So, sitting on board with Jam. Oh, sorry, I was going around with someone, wasn't I? And I've just swapped drivers. Jam has gone fastest so far with a 28.7. I haven't seen any spins. I was promised spins tonight. Spins are plenty. That's why I'm here. I thought, oh God, after last week with only 5 cars in it and all the disasters, I was contemplating whether or not it was worth it. But then someone said there's going to be so many spins. I thought, well, hey, I'm there. So here we can see Jam coming up towards, I think that's Joe Cass, just off the track there. Is that Jim in front of us? Matt Psycho's left the room. He'll be back, don't worry. Got too much at stake. I had mountains of bubbles and my rubber ducky. I love a rubber ducky. So we're sat on board with Jam. We're just going over. Is that the start? No, we've been through the start finish line. Ooh. Going through Radion and Eau Rouge. I've got something here, but I have to remember my son's code for his iPad because I've got the map up on my iPad to try and be professional. I have to remember his information. Oh God. I got it right. So that one is Les Combs. We're going through Bruxelles. No, we're not. We're going through Les Combs now. Now we're heading towards Bruxelles. Brussels. There you go. Look at that, holding a nice tight line. Traction on. Just wavering the accelerator. That corner doesn't have a name. This one's called Pouon. Pouon. It's a good name, isn't it? Pouon. We're heading into Pouon. Nice steady line. The curves, ooh, they do look a bit slippery. That back end does look like it wants to step out on us a slight bit now. Here we are heading up to turn 13. Campus. Really getting close to that Audi now. That's in front of us. Ooh, the accelerator sounds like it does not want to get applied. It's probably called No Name. I think they've called it No Name on Brundle's been chatting about it. I've lost where I am now. Where am I? We've just gone round Stavelot, Curve de Porferreri, and going along Blanchimont. Getting up to top speeds. Oh, look at that. That's horrible, isn't it? I don't want to see penalties. Boo to the penalties. And now we're heading up to just called Chicane by Wikipedia's map, but I've always known it as the bus stop Chicane. But they have changed it since my days of driving before I retired. So that's a lap of Spa-Francorchamps. In the wet, and it was a 2:28.7. Hey, that's not bad, was it? That's not bad at all. We're not far away from qualifying. I'll get out the car so we can look at the liveries, because that's the best part. Sometimes, there you go. I think that was made by Pat, the resident livery maker we have in the Discord. I think. I'm not sure. Might have been made by Jam as well. Jam's been making a few. Isn't it called No Name by Mika? Yeah. And JTX in his Audi. No, I'm starting to slowly get there. I know that's a Toyota. I don't have to press the button. It's a Toyota TS030. Jam's in a Toyota TS050. Look, 9 rounds. Look at me showing off. JTX is in the Audi. I'm not pressing any buttons. There's Jim on Wise. He's also in an Audi. Jokers is in the Porsche. I might have to press the button on that one just to double check. Go on then. But I think it's a Porsche. Ha! Jokers is in the Porsche. I know Skyjacker's in the Porsche. Skyjacker's in a Porsche. Noxie, I believe he's in a Toyota. I might have to press the button on it. I think it's a Toyota. Yes! Come on, Son Kitchener. I believe Stevie Styler. Oh, is learning the track limits. I think he also is in a Porsche. And I think Matt Sarko's in a Porsche. God, there's a lot of Porsches in there. Wow. Should have dished out a few more Toyotas, son. There you go. And in the chat, can't miss those lights on the front of Porsche. No, that's how I tell them. So Matt Psycho finally coming out of the pits. He's got livery. He's got that livery. I've seen that livery now. He's got it on his Porsche, and he's going to have it on his Red Bull Racing car. They'll be starting in 2 weeks. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of worried because it's kind of a championship on the fly, and I'm trying to do it, and you can see everything I do is quite scuffed, as you can tell by the broadcast and the commentary. So a championship. I just put pictures up in the. I took screenshots of the rules and regulations. So I just put pictures up of the settings and was asked if I could put something up and looking a little bit more professional. But it's a championship by me. It's got to be scuffed, isn't it? Oh yeah, Mika likes the idea of the Joker race. You get in the Red Bull because we drop a week. I thought, wouldn't it be nice if you could gain that week back by doubling your strongest round? So if you feel like Nürburgring, you're going to be good, and that's a track for you. As long as the lobby opens, before the lobby opens, you can call Joker, and everything you score at that round will be double. Yeah, we'll see how it works. I think it was used in a championship we did a while back, but I think everyone forgot. In the last round, everyone actually had to call the Joker because they forgot it was a rule. So it didn't really make any difference throughout the championship. But I thought this one would be interesting because you'll not know. You'll not know because some people have used double scores and they haven't in the championship, and with the added thing of the drop score at the end of the season, it's going to keep you guessing all season long who's on what real score. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Jam in the chat. It's wet out there. Yeah, bring your umbrella and your wellies, because it is sodden. Look at that. JTX fighting the Audi to keep it on track at the moment. Oh, we're going to see plenty of penalties, I believe. Oh, it's going to be great for me stewarding. Oh God, I don't know if I deleted. Oh sugar, I hope there's enough space. Shall we leave and go and delete some stuff? We can come back. How long have we got? We haven't got time. We'll just have to hope. We'll lie in the stewards and say everyone paid their penalties. Yeah, baby. Are you ready? Are we ready? Little soft wife, Jam. I think I was getting a bit racy during the week. I can't remember what I said, but it read wrong. Read not like how I meant it. This is solid, Stevie says. Solid hard, I imagine. Who is going to survive? That's what this is about today. It's about survival. You're watching a survival game. You thought you were tuning into a race? I believe what you're going to be tuning into. And there you see, this is what Matt Psycho can do. A 26.1. Almost... But we haven't really seen the true pace yet. That's... We know Jam was doing 29s, wasn't he? 26? Sorry, no, 28. So here we are, 30 minutes of qualifying in the wet at Spa to see how we are looking. Psycho pace going out first. Matt Psycho there, closely followed by Stevie Styler. Wow, very close. Alright, oof, let's get rid of them for starters. So it's a long lap, the out lap will sit on Psycho, Matt Psycho's car, I believe. Why am I not getting in car? There you go. If I use the controller, I can get in car. Boom, yeah? That's what you talk about, thinking around a problem. The keyboard only gives me outer, but the handset gives me inner, and I've got both, and I can still press that. Hey, screw you, Polyphony Digital. Polly Maloney in your penalty system. A lot of love for GT Sport at the moment, a lot of love. So we're sat on an out lap with Matt Psycho. He has to be the favourite today, doesn't he? He's been doing some great racing. I know Psycho Sheep, Psycho Pace, formerly known Psycho Sheep, last week got a good win, but this week, I don't know, I've got that tingly feeling that it's going to be Psycho, Matt Psycho. Well, it's going to be someone with Psycho in their name's going to win. I reckon. But I think Matt Psycho may have this, and that's just going from a gut feeling, from no other information except he's been sounding confident in his texting in the Discord. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Psycho Sheep is the first on the track, so he'll be the first one to cross the line as he heads up towards Blanchimont. Getting good at this now. Yeah, Blanchimont. I have to put the code in. Oh, hello, more chat. Sorry, here you are. So Jam did say it was wet out there. Psycho Pace says hi. Psycho Pace with a struggle. No traction control, so Psycho really playing a game of struggling out there. Pat, Spa in the rain, could be fun, quite hard to keep these cars in a straight line. There you go, that's why we have traction control in the wet, Psycho Pace, but hats off to you. Matt Psycho then coming around. Oh dear, Stevie Styler in the last corner, losing it also. He doesn't look like he's got traction on. These guys are absolutely nutty. Absolute nutty. It doesn't look like JTX is running with traction. I don't usually run with traction, but I can promise you 100% I would be running traction here in the wet. I've learnt my lesson. Jokers, still no traction. Jim and Wise, yes. Get them all on, son. That's what I say. Whatever helps, take it. Yeah, the Mika Wiver is with me. She likes the traction in the rain. So Psycho Pace still leading. He must have stayed ahead of Matt Psycho. This is their fast lap. Oh, the cars are wriggling around. They just can't get the wheels to spin on the actual road. They're just spinning on the water above it. Matt Psycho following quite closely for a qualifying run. It's a brave move. Psycho Sheep really far out. What's Matt Psycho going to do? You're not really meant to overtake, but if there is a mistake made by another car, like if Psycho Sheep goes off, I think Matt Psycho can zip by. But at this point, I don't know, Matt Psycho might be best off backing out of this one. I don't know. Psycho Sheep there, he's just on the edge of the track. He's starting to pull away a bit now. It looks like Matt Psycho is easing out of this a little bit, maybe just chugging round. Yeah, he's backed right out of that. So JTX, he's gotten himself a lovely bit of space in his Audi. Looking good so far. Stevie Styler we saw spinning on the final corner, and he's looked like he's going to lose it again. No, he's collected it, and Noxie's making the same and similar mistake. Whoa, Stevie off again. It is definitely struggle out there for these guys. They might be setting the fastest times earlier on because of the weight. The weight of the fuel might help them to plant them in the corners. The lighter these cars get, I imagine, the more skittish they will get. Joker's there. Skyjacker staying in the pits. He's coming out now. Quick wee. Quick comfort break before we get off qualifying. It's probably what I should have done. And here we see then. So Psycho Pace setting the first time of a 2:29.953. It's not bad to say we saw him sideways. Matt Psycho, we saw he had to back off on that lap. He's managed a 2:34.2221. No, 2221. JTS gone across the line with a 2:30.717. Some 7/10 off of Psycho Pace. Stevie Styler not quite made it around yet, so we've only got the top threes times. Has anyone set a time yet? I don't see any. Oh, never mind. There you go. Psycho Sheep looks like he's pulled over to let Matt Psycho through. And now Matt Psycho's setting about trying to set a time. Stevie Styler has managed a time. Oh, we saw Matt Psycho was purple just as he crossed the line there, and went to Stevie Styler to see that he's put it in fourth with a 2:45. Who else has gone fast there? Jam's gone up there with a 2:30.457. So Psycho Pace still sitting at the top of the pile. JTX down to third, Matt Psycho fourth, Stevie Styler in fifth. Noxie we saw setting the time with a 2:47.090. That's 1.3 seconds off of Stevie Styler. And Jim Wise has just crossed the line with a 2:34.650, and Joker's 2:52.249 there in eighth, and Skyjacker yet to cross the line for his outlap even. So we saw Matt Psycho was having purples. It looked like Psycho Sheep was having a Psycho Pace. See? Psycho Pace was having a purple also. He's going to be called Psycho Sheep, I mean Pace, all the way through this. I apologise. Where are we? We're miles away from the line. Oh no, we're just coming to a line. So we'll see, going across the sector, 2.7 seconds up on the fastest time, and 6.9 down, but we did see he slowed down to let Matt Psycho through. So Matt Psycho looking like he's going to obliterate that pole time so far, already 7 minutes into qualifying. Still waiting for Skyjacker. I imagine he's on his fast lap now. Just waiting for Matt Psycho here, coming through at the chicane. Traction control glowing up like a Christmas tree down there. And there we go. He set a time of a 2:26.162, some 3.7 seconds ahead of Psycho Sheep. Psycho Pace is going into the pits. Jam Huntington, he's got a green next to his name. He's doing better. He's 3/10 down on his time. So there's a long lap to go with lots of time to make up. JTX just crossed the line, hasn't gone faster than his previous lap. Jim on Wise still sitting there in 5th, coming round. He's got a green next to his name, up on his own time. 1.2 seconds up on his own time. He'll half the deficit, well not half, but he'll get a lot closer to JTX. Someone's gone faster. That'll be Noxie with a 2:34.020, only 6/10 ahead of Jim on Wise, but we saw Jim on Wise was up on his own time, so he could manage to get back ahead of Noxie. Stevie Styler still managing. Well, he has posted a faster time, but hasn't moved up any. So Jim on Wise is what we're watching, crossing the line. There you go, nearly 2 seconds faster, 2:32.731. And it did nearly half his time to a deficit from JTX. Puts him in 5th, 2 seconds behind a JTX. Stevie Styler, Joe Cass has just set another time, a 2:42.440. Some 4 seconds behind Stevie Styler. Skyjacker is on his flying lap now. Is he anywhere near a sector? He is. He's not far away. Jim on Wise got every driving aid on, and yes, so he should. I would. Whoa. He's paying him well. Jim on Wise is up there in 5th. It's helping him out. So watching Skyjacker, I think I've missed it. No, he's not crossed the line yet. He's just coming up to 1. I don't think he has any high expectations from this. He hasn't practiced any. He's already admitted. He's just here for all the hits and giggles. Oh, he's crossed the line. He must have crossed the line. Missed it. Matt Psycho going faster yet again. A 25.496. Almost 4.5 seconds ahead of Psycho Sheep, who is only half a second ahead of a Jam Hunting Nun. He's doing a great consistency there. Both his lap times in the 2:30s. Psycho pace. He's been in, put new tyres on. So he's on an out lap at the moment. JTX coming in to change those tyres. Jim on Wise, Skyjacker set a time, 3:04. So that something went wrong on that lap, I imagine. It's slower than his actual out lap. So Jokers. Is he on a lap? There we go. Noxie set another faster time, gone back ahead of Jim on Wise. Looks like we're going to have a good battle between Jim on Wise and Noxie in this race. 2:31.850. It's 2:32.731 for Jim on Wise, so it's all close between the two of those two. I don't know if he's on another lap. No, it looks like he's going in the pits. What's the tyre wear? I haven't noticed tyre wear too much here. They must be feeling something though. They must be feeling some degradation. Jim on Wise, Stevie Styler still pushing for a lap. It's a fight. He's not using traction though, so that is Joker's going faster. He's just moved up into 7th spot with a 2:34.249. Skyjacker going back in. Oh, he just knocked the wall, and whoa, that was a cool spin. That's my favourite one so far, Jokers. Well done. Yes, I liked that. That was good. You just tapped the wall and you're gone, bro. And yes, put your traction on. Put your traction on. You can't. Oh, bless him. I can't watch. So Matt Psycho coming around again. Is he going to go faster yet again? Mika says hats off to anyone not using any aids. I'd be stuck at turn 1, lap 1. Me also. Oh, Matt Psycho, coming in. Psycho Sheep looks like he's going faster than his previous time. Keeping an eye on the Toyota TS030. Whoosh! Psycho pace. See, when he first started, his name was different, I'm sure. No, that was Elevate. That was LNR Elevate. He just had like initial TJ Pips or something. So I'll take that back. He was Psycho Sheep for as long as I've known him. And this week he's Psycho Pace. Should have made a big deal of it. I could have made a big announcement, like a gender reveal or something. We could have had I could have looked to see if I had a popper. Pop, boo! And he's gone faster with a, what was it, 229.953, and puts him 3 seconds off of the Porsche of a Matt Psycho. Pat in the chat, too much loud pedal for Jokers out of turn 1 there. Spun on the curb. Oh, he didn't hit the wall. So yeah, I just caught the end of it. I thought he tapped the wall. Stevie Styler has managed to get around a lap. 230.109. He'll be relieved. Finally. I imagine this is his practice. With the Zing Grey. I found out what Zing Grey was today. Someone asked in Discord what Zing Grey was. I think they sell all sorts of racing wear from karting all the way up to top line racing stuff, so yes. So on IR Graham's and Stevie Styler's cars you usually see Zing Grey logos. That's what that's about. Now we all know a little bit more. But yeah, Stevie Styler moving it up into 4th spot. Him and Jam are in a very tight championship battle, with Jam being ahead of him. What was it, about 10 points ahead now? Because Stevie Styler, no, because Jam didn't really score very well from the last race. He had that big wheel problem. So hang on, let me get back to the table and I'll tell you what the points difference is between 3rd and 4th. Jam and Stevie Styler would be, yeah, it's 10 points, I was right. Jam's on 93, Steve's on 83. 2 rounds left, all to fight for. JTX looks like he's recently had a pit stop. So we'll run through, shall we? Matt Psycho is sitting top of the pile by 3 seconds. Really is impressive pace he's finding out of that Porsche here in the wet. It's got such a subtle ankle, a light hand. In 2nd spot, we have a Psycho pace in the Toyota TS030. Going off wide at the moment, pushing. I don't think pushing helps here at the Spa in the wet. Like, it has to be softly, I'm afraid. JTX setting a faster time. He's put himself into a 5th spot, just behind Stevie Styler by 3/10, doing a 230.457. So the pace is very close between these guys. A 228 and a 225 at the front, I grant. But then you've got 229.6 in 3rd, a 230.1 in 4th, a 230.4 in 5th, and a 31.8 in 6th, 32.7. He's up though. We should keep an eye on Jimmy 1. Jimmy the One Wise. Going into the bus stop, it's really where the cars get so unstable. This one in the first corner I think is the ones they're really struggling with, the slow corners. But here we see Jim and Wise heading towards the line to post a 232.670. It's kept him in 7th, 8/10 behind Noxie. It's going in the right direction though. It's good to see, good to see. So top of the pile, I said Matt Psycho. 2nd is Psycho Pace. 3rd fastest today so far is the Jam of Huntingdon, Earl Jam of Huntingdon, and he's only half a second faster than Stevie Styler. We can see they're all really struggling to start keeping it on the track. As soon as those tyres go red, those tanks are a bit lighter. It looks like it's a real fight for them, which is great for us. We're in for a right fun. So in 4th then we can see Stevie Styler fighting with that car, absolutely wrestling with the Porsche. Then a 5th JTX, the Flying Fin, the new and improved Flying Fin. Well, I like his helmet. I want to have another look. That's nice, that. So JTX in a 5th spot, car number 91, the Audi. What can he do in the race? 6th we have a Noxie on track in the Toyota. Again, look, those tyres just red, low fuel tank. It's a handful. It really is for these guys. Really is. Joker, Jim on Wise. It was Joker's just overtaking Noxie. Sorry, Jim on Wise, 7th in the order. Nice helmet. I like it. He's just done his fastest with the 2:32. I don't know. Is he near a line? He is. We'll wait. I don't think it's a good lap though. Oh no, he's 2 seconds up. We will stick with this then, boys and girls. Sorry, not excluding anyone. And aliens. Oh, he was 2 seconds up. Bomber. Not him, just the situation. And now a hefty one. So we'll continue. 8th then, Jokers. With a 34.249, some 1.5 seconds off of Jim on Wise. He's just coming up to the line. No, he's just crossed the line, hasn't he? He did an outlap. So we can stay with him. Stay with him to the first sector. See what we got. Nikas is... Can't have no downforce in the slow corners. Always fun. There you go, he's 6/10 up on his own time. Can he gain on that to get past a Jim on Wise and claim that 7th spot on the grid? How long we got? We only got 10 minutes left to qualify. Wow, that was 20 minutes well spent. I thought you just watched this. Why is it starting again? Oh, results. Okay. So Joker's, ooh, he's got a bit of a wiggle arm. Should go in car, shouldn't I? That Psycho going faster again, as if he needs to. The 25.113. I'll go and have a look in a second. We've just seen Joker's coming up to the next sector line, because he was doing all right, wasn't he? He looks okay for this wiggly bit. I mean, he looks like the car's shaking, the rumba, but it has faced the same way all the way through it, so hopefully up. Yes, 2.7 seconds. That definitely will get him ahead of Jim and probably Noxie. This could be a 6th place we're looking at. JTX going faster at 28. He's put himself up to 3rd. Knocking who was 3rd? Oh, Jam. The Earl of Jam Huntingdon down into 4th. So, but we're watching Jokers as he comes towards the chicane. Skyjacker putting a 2:32 in, putting himself up into 7th spot. Come on, Jokers, you can do it. You can do it. Go on. 2:30.496 puts him up into 6th spot ahead of Noxie, Skyjacker, and Jim on Wise. It feels like a win. Awesome stuff. Brilliant. Fantastic. Well done, Jokers. That's great. Love it. 6th spot. Yes. So, Matt Psycho leading the pack at 25.113. Some 3.4 seconds. Jam, he's our man. He can do it. And now he's fired because he's dropped from 3rd. Mika lolled. So, Matt Psycho still sitting top of the pile with Psycho Pace, or Sheep, just hiding around the corner a little bit. He's only 600ths ahead of JTX. That's how good that time was. That was nearly up into 2nd spot for JTX there with a 2:28.640. Jam Huntingdon dropping down into 4th spot, but he's on a run now. Well, what can he do? We've missed him crossing the line. No, he's not. He's just going to have a look at that barrier. He knows that Marshall. Jeff. He's just saying hello. Stevie Styler. No tractions controlled, and I think he's using a controller. So that is crazy suicidal stuff. Fair play to the man. He's on an outlap, so he's just coming around to start his next run. Jokers, we saw, having a great run. He's put himself up into 6th ahead of Noxie. He needs to find another 1.3 seconds to get that spot back. Skyjacker, he's just got going. Set one time. He's put himself up into 8th. He's on an out lap now. See what else he can do. Looks like he's been into the pits and had that panel beaten out. Looked a bit more scuffed than that. JTX going faster again. There's no stopping the Audi now. I said, what can the Audi do? Looks like on low fuel, good tyres, the Audi comes to life. A 228.400. Some nearly 2/10 ahead of Psycho Sheep. Psycho Sheep on an out lap. I think they've given up doing in laps, haven't they? Because their lap counters are all disappearing. They must be just quitting straight back to the pits. Whoa, that back end looking well leery, man. Well leery, yeah? On the back of that Toyota. Psycho Sheep trying to rein it in. And Jam Huntington, we saw, going over to say hello to his friend Jeff. So we're not expecting much out of this lap. But he's lining himself up for the next one. Stevie Styler, he's there. He's on an out lap now. He's going fast through there. You can't push these guys, it's wet, guys. I know that racing instinct is to push it to the virtual edge, but this week you have to go as slow as you can. The object is to go slow, not fast. They're not getting it, are they? They're just not getting it, these guys. You go fast, it's like Lightning McQueen in the first one, where you have to steer left to turn right. You have to steer left to turn right, and he doesn't get it. You have to go slow to go fast. That's all I'm saying. So Joker sitting in a fine 6th spot, sliding that car around. He's loving it. Slowly, slowly, catchy monkey, the Mika Wivery says. That is exactly it. That's what that Psycho's doing. I'm not seeing no heroics from him. A 24.822. Shall we go on board and see how he's doing it? No, because he's gone in the pits. He's finished for the day. He said, there you go, boys. That's it. Done. Well, it's not all done, though, is it? Because we've got an Audi out there that's quite fast, Matt. So you enjoy your 4 minutes in the pits. Because I want to sit on board this young Finn here. I think you've counted out, well, I don't know, 3.5 seconds is quite a lot to find, isn't it? Ooh, Jesus, where is Matt Psycho finding that time? That's crazy. Oh, we're going in the pits, okay. That's crazy. Where has he got that time from? That's ridiculous. Pat says to finish first. First you have to finish. Exactly that. JTX, has he done for the day, or is he just splash and dashing, going out there for another run? Fresh tyres. Let's have a look. Matt's parked up. Nope, he's going for another run. Psycho Sheep's on a run, and the Psycho Pace is on a run. Oh. They should pay me the bloody £8 name change just for the confusion. 7/10 up. That will do enough. Oh no, he's gone off. And then he's going to get a penalty, even though it cost him time. Alright, he doesn't get a penalty. But I saw someone earlier get one. Jam. He's gone faster, but it's only good for 4th spot. He's 2/10 off of Psycho Pace. Just 2 darn tenths. He's trying to get that flooring it. Look, he don't care. Traction control, he's flooring it. That was an angry accelerator out that corner, wasn't it? There was no finesse there, Jam. You got angry, didn't you? He just floored it, let the traction do the work. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, Stevie Styler has gone faster, but he's still in 5th with a 229.719. Less than a second off of the Jam of Huntingness. Oh, Jam just losing that back end. More frustration with that accelerator floored. The thing is, it's going to catch him out. The next race he does, he's going to floor the accelerator and just spin around because he's got no traction. He's pitted. So JTX out there on an out lap. Who we got? We got Psycho Pace going around. We saw him having an off, so we're not sure. Are we near a line? We've gone past the line. Have a look who else is around. Stevie Styler, they're all sliding around in the same places, and it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, I was wrong. They are doing faster times on lower level cars, especially JTX. That Audi came to life with no fuel on it. That's an outlap. So Noxie has he just crossed the line? He has. He managed a 2:53. So nothing shaking there yet. We've got nothing going on. Skyjacker's on an outlap. Jim on Wise. He's only 500ths off of Skyjacker. He's on a lap at the moment. And we know he could do it. We saw he was 2 seconds up at one of the sectors, and then he had a small off. Mika says going faster doesn't get you there any quicker. That's what she said last night. Oh no, that's not what she said last night. Not Mika. I can't use that joke when there's a girl in the room, really, because then you'll think I'm talking about Mika, and it's not. It's a fictional she. So that joke's dead. Thanks, Mika. Matt Psycho though, he's pitted. JTX, he's out there, he's trying. We missed him going across the line, so I don't know. It looks like Jam and Psycho parked up for the day. Stevie Styler, he's still cracking on. What sort of time can he do? Well, you said going faster doesn't get you there any quicker, and I said that's not what she said last night, but then it might be, the she might be you, but the she's fictional because it's just, you know, meant to be a rude thing. And there it's 2 seconds slower. I don't know. JTX, come on, lad. Find 3.5 seconds for making Matt Psycho go in the pits early, rubbing his hands, saying, there you go, beat that. Whoa, he's power slid round that corner. We're coming up to a line, 3 more corners. Jim on Wise going faster. Jim on Wise moving up into 7th spot. There you go, Jim. Jimbo, 2:30.929. Fantastic stuff, and he's still got another lap to do, I think. The time has gone, I believe. These guys, these are their last lap runs. Here's Noxie coming across for his last effort. He's going to do a 2:30.1. Puts him up into 6th spot. Great stuff, ahead of Jokus. Fantastic from Noxie right at the very end there. Who else we got then? Round here, Jokus coming round. No, we're slow. Jim on Wise, he's on his final lap. So is Skyjacker. So is JTX. JTX just coming around, across the line. What has he got? 2:28.2. So he beat his own time, but not managed to get any closer to the leaders. Jim on Wise, he's on a lap. Skyjacker on a lap. Jokus isn't on a lap, and nor's Noxie because we saw him crossing. So it's just Jim on Wise and Skyjacker now. Howie Skyjacker is closer to the end of the lap. He's green. He's going to jump a couple of spots. Oh, frustration. Absolute frustration. It was early 20s, wasn't it? It would have been a good lap. Oh, frustration. Annoying. So now we're watching Jim on Wise. He has to find another half a second to get ahead of Jokus in front of him. Can he do it in this very last lap? He's 1.6 seconds up. How far ahead is Jokus of Noxie? He could get ahead of Noxie. I don't know about Stevie. Come on, Jimbo. You can do it. Oh, he's out wide there. He's going to get a penalty, and he's going to get a penalty. I don't think he's going to get anything now. Oh, what a shame. What a damn shame. Has it finished? It's letting him finish, isn't it? No. Yeah, of course it's got to let him finish. The timer hasn't run out yet. So here he comes, but I don't know, 2:20.30. He does go faster, but not going ahead of Jokus. What a shame. So close. So close. So JTX was still doing... No, he's done. I think that's it now. I think everyone's had their runs. It's just the guy sat in the pits that prolongs us for another 20 seconds, and then we are heading into a 1-hour race. In the chat, Pat said, first lap or two have here could be interesting with the wet and close racing. Mika said, yep, going to be an interesting first few laps. It certainly is. I am looking forward to it. So, and who saw JTX getting that onto 2nd spot? Fantastic stuff. So strap in, deep breath, girls and boys. We are just about to start the HPEC round 9 at Spa-Francorchamps in the wet. With Matt Psycho on pole, JTX second, Psycho Pace third, Jam Huntington fourth, Stevie Styler fifth, Noxie sixth, Joker seventh, Jim Womanat Wise eighth, Skyjacker ninth. No, yeah. Excuse me, what was that? Wait, hey, this seems long, doesn't it? That seemed like a long wait there, and I got worried. So we're watching Matt Psycho just coming around the bus stop. I mean the chicane. Time has gone. All those poor souls further back getting caught out in the chicane. So Matt Psycho, he gets to run. He gets to run like a rabbit. They've not even got there. Have they got to the line yet? Yes, he's got to the line. Now they get to the line. Look at that, 2.2 seconds down, 3 seconds down already. What an awful, it's a real hit here. Stevie Styler all over the back of Jam. Oh, there's a little nudge. Jam's gone wide. Stevie's got to wait. That means Noxie, Jokers, Jim One Wise and Skyjacker all coming behind him. Have a chance. Jam is back ahead of Stevie Styler, but Noxie managing to get past both of them. Noxie up into 4th spot. Great stuff. Going through a rouge. Oh, there's got some bouncy lag going on. Hopefully that'll sort itself out. We've got some people all over the shop. Up ahead then, Matt Psycho still 3 seconds ahead of JTX. Psycho Pace in 3rd. Noxie, a great move up into 4th. Jam Huntington then into 5th with Jokers in 6th. Jokers go ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler 7th. Jim On Wise in 8th. And Skyjacker then in 9th. Woo! This is mental crazy, guys. Oh no, you can't do it from here then. Oh, we had Jokers just off the track there. We sat on board with a Skyjacker. Psychojacker. They're all going to have psychos in their names from now on. We've got Stevie Psycho just having an off in front of us, and he's off again. Oh no, he's struggling to stay within the track limits. So Stevie Styler getting shuffled down to 8th spot right now. So up ahead, Matt Psycho extended his lead 2.4 seconds. JTX still 2.7 seconds ahead of Psycho Pace in 3rd. That's your top 3. Jam Huntington in 4th, some 1.3 seconds. So he's got ahead of Noxie again, as we saw Noxie up into 4th. But Jam somehow, well, we saw Noxie had a 1 second penalty. So maybe he dawdled a bit. He's got that back end out, but he's got it under control. That's okay. So Jim One Wise heading down towards Noxie, but he's only got a Skyjacker 4 tenths behind him, so he has to be careful. Stevie Styler, saw he had a wobble on earlier on, down to 8th, and Jokers also, he's losing the back end again. Oh, thankfully he's turned some traction on. Thank you. you were driving me crazy, Jokers. So Matt Psycho now only 2 seconds ahead of JTX, so I don't know what happened. Matt Psycho was 4 seconds, but somehow later on in that lap, JTX managed to half that deficit. So Matt Psycho not all his own way, it seems. JTX is 3.5 seconds virtually ahead of Psycho Pace, with Jam trailing in 4th. Noxie back. Oh no, Jim On Wise is gone. No, Jam Huntington. No, he isn't. He's 4th. Yes, Jam Huntington 4. I thought Noxie was ahead of him for some reason. Skyjacker, though, has got ahead of Jim One Wise and is looking to make Noxie his next victim. Matt lost 2 seconds, Mika says, and she hates rolling starts on tracks like this. And that's it. Skyjacker then 8 tenths behind Noxie. Ignore the purple. Everyone gets purples on the 2nd lap. I used to get excited when I raced. Matt Psycho's pulled that other 2nd out. Seesaw in here. Maybe it's down to the boost. Maybe the way the boost is. You can see there, JTX not able to use any boost at the moment. Hasn't harvested any. And the Porsche barely harvesting any. Toyota also in the same. Now that really jumped up. The braking into that corner helped a lot. Psycho Sheep then 2.7 seconds behind JTX. He's got it sideways, he's got a wiggle on, but he's caught it. Fantastic stuff, Psycho Pace. I realise I just called you Psycho Sheep again. So JTX, he's losing time again from Matt Psycho, whatever it was. He's gathered himself up and he's pulled himself together. He's had a words, he's had a talk, and now he is getting, well, they're all getting purple, so ignore that. So JTX back to the 4 seconds. Psycho Pace in third, ahead of Jam. Jam getting a purple, but ooh, they all get purples in bloody lap 2. What am I talking about? He nearly lost the car. Jim on Wise back ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker down to 9th spot. Oh no. We dread to think. Probably a hefty penalty maybe that he had to pay. Oh, him and Jokers side by side going into the corner. Jokers dropping back. A little battle between Jokers and Skyjacker. That couldn't have been a penalty. He must have had a small off being that far back from the pack. Noxie is down into 7th. Stevie Styler making his way back through the pack after his early off. Jim on Wise, his next victim. Jam Hunting, and meanwhile 10 seconds down from Psycho Sheep, but 2 seconds ahead of Jim on Wise. They're all still getting used to what the grip is like out there. They're all on the wet tyres. No one's even considered the intermediate, I believe, at this point. And that's Psycho, some 6.5 seconds lead in this race. He's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. His tyres look absolutely spanking. We're only 5-6 minutes into the race, so he's got nothing to worry about. Looks all good from his end. JTX, about the same fuel usage in that Audi. Did a 229.6 on his last lap, next to the 225.9 that Matt Schumacher did. Psycho Pace 230.059. But remember, Psycho Pace ran third most of the race last race, and then he out-strategied everyone at the end by doing a really long stint and having one pit stop less than the other guys. And I think this pit stop is a particularly long pit stop. They come out right round the other end of the track, which makes it really confusing for me when they all start pitting. So Psycho Sheep, don't count him out yet. 4 seconds behind JTX. JTX 6 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Then Jam Huntington. It's 20 seconds off the lead now. Did a 234 on his last lap. Jim on Wise, some 4 seconds behind him. Was faster on the last lap, but must have lost a bit of time in this lap. Noxie still ahead of Stevie Styler, fighting Stevie Styler for that 6th spot. Skyjacker is some 3.4 seconds behind these guys, but that's nothing. Jokers has dropped back from Skyjacker quite a bit, but really that is not much. Stevie Styler still running without traction. That man is brave. Hats off to you. So Noxie, he's maintaining that gap between him and Stevie Styler. At the moment, pit stops are a distant thought. Everyone's got plenty of fuel, and I imagine the tyre wear wouldn't affect the cars. There's no grip anyway, so what would it matter if the tyres wear out? So Matt Psycho really displaying what he can do in a Group 1 car. Nearly 10 seconds ahead of JTS. Matt Psycho, was he even in our Le Mans special, our 2.5 hour Le Mans? I can't remember. I don't think he was in I don't think he was. I don't even know if he was in the Group 3 cars. I can't remember. I'll have to watch it back. It's on YouTube. It's worth a watch. 2.5 hours. Well, the whole thing's 3 hours. There's another another broadcast before that, which with the 1 hour of qualifying for that particular race. So together, that's like 4 and a bit hours viewing. It's well worth it though. It was a good race. It really was interesting. I can't remember if Matt Psycho was in it. I don't think he was. I don't know why. I think he would be, especially as how good he is with these Group 1 cars. So JTX now 10 seconds down off of the time of Matt Psycho. Man alive, that's some pace. He must be feeling crushed in that Audi at the moment. with Psycho Pace, some 5 seconds off of JTX at the moment. I think they're all just running their race, planning their strategy. 2:30.807 from Jam, pulling a couple of seconds out on Jim, because Jim was quite close. Noxie, Stevie Styler and Skyjacker is a little battle developing. I can see just ahead, Noxie ahead of Stevie Styler, which he has been for most of the last couple of laps. Now they're catching up to Jim One Wise, sitting on board with Skyjacker. Like I said, this track it's about going slow. I really do think that. I don't think going fast helps. Pat says, look how slow the cars are having to go through Rivage, Bruxelles, the hairpin. Looks even harder than normal. Better than a couple of laps ago, though. Yeah, they're all starting to get used to it, I think, now. I think they're getting into a rhythm. Everything's settling down. Looks like Noxie is attacking. Jim On Wise there, was it? Noxie just there. Jim On Wise, no, he's still a second ahead. Ooh, Jam, first one to pit. Jam popping into the pits. Interesting. It's not a fuel thing. It's not a tyre wear thing. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That's interesting, to say the least. I don't know. I don't understand that. So Matt Psycho still going faster, up in front. It's 12 seconds leading now from JTX. I'm going to call it Matt to win, short of an amazing pit strategy. Well, Jam has just gone into the pits, so talk about amazing pit strategies, we don't know. Jim On Wise there, not to fourth, but he's got Noxie on his case, side by side. Jim On Wise showing just behind Noxie now. Oh, Jim On Wise having a small knock from Stevie Styler. Oh no, that's I imagine. Oh, Jim On Wise was probably just lifting a little bit, maybe to not get in Noxie's way. But Stevie Styler just doing the right thing, going down to 8th to let Jim On Wise back through. So that means it's all changed up here. We've got Noxie ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker giving him some hassle, and it looks to me did he even put fuel in? I don't think Jam really put any fuel in. It was like a little splash and dash and new tyres. Maybe he felt like he was losing grip, but he can't pit every 4 laps, can he? We'll be here forever. We're only 12 minutes into this race. So interesting strategy by a Jam there. I'm not sure. Maybe he had a slow puncture or something. Skyjacker up into 5th. Noxie there having a great race in 4th at the moment. Psycho Pace in 3rd. No one's pitting at the front there, so Jam's strategy is very strange. Although I can see that Matt's tyres are starting to sprinkle a little red on the top there, like a little red frosting. Hey, Shadow Rider, how are things? Talaran, maybe Jam spun into the pit. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could have done. So JTX second, 16 seconds now. Wow. 2:28 and 2:29. He's doing a great pace, but Matt Psycho's pace at 26 and 25. He said he had an aggressive strategy planned, but I think by the end of this stint he can pick whatever strategy he would like, I'm sure. So JTX in second, holding that second spot with Psycho Pace. Noxie and Jam look like they were in a fight. No, I don't know. Well, Skyjacker, Jim On Wise has gone into the pits. Skyjacker somehow drops behind. Did he pit? I don't think so. Oh, penalty, I believe. I believe he got a penalty. It's put him behind Jam Huntington. So there we see Noxie, a great 4th spot, 16 seconds behind Psycho Pace, and 3 seconds ahead of a pitted Jam Huntington. Skyjacker in a 6th spot. Stevie Styler. It wasn't him we saw going in the pits. It was Jim On Wise, and why not? Try something different. He hasn't really put any fuel in, but he has changed his tyres, so maybe he felt like he was losing grip as well. It's Jokus there. He's some 6.5 seconds behind Jim On Wise. He hasn't pitted. He's looking like he's got good pace. He's done a 2:33.4 on his last lap, and he's looking racy. You can see the plume of water just ahead. He's 1.8 seconds up on his own time. Oh, he's gone a little wide into that corner. He's pulled it back. Struggle. Oh, so much understeer. Look. Oh, poor Joker. So much understeer in that car. So back on board with. Oh, yeah, why not? We'll go on board with Matt Psycho. This is unbelievable. It's like watching him fast forward, watching Matt Psycho drive. I don't know how he's doing it. So he's really killing the speed here at the chicane, down to 30 miles an hour virtually, moped speed. Then slamming it up through the gears. He's not letting it scream too much. It's not short shifting though. Down into first gear, moped speed again, 40 miles an hour through La Source. Back onto that accelerator, heading towards the Rouge, Radion. Up to 150, 60 miles an hour. Just cut the speed a little bit, half accelerator through Rouge. There you go, 160 miles an hour. Going along the straight, 6th gear, up into 7th, 178, 79, 80. So we got up to 180 along the straight, down into 2nd gear, 60 miles an hour through the left right. Barely picking up any pace before the hairpin. 3rd down into 2nd gear. 50 miles an hour, should we say, around there, not too bad. 60, that's how fast I've got to work. Now we're nearly 20 seconds ahead of JTX. It really is playing into Matt Psycho's hands here. Really, oh, JTX has managed to knock it down to a 28.4. He's getting more and more pace as the laps go on. Psycho pace also 28.182. That's not a bad lap at all. So a Psycho pace starting to pick up some speed as his car gets lighter. Jam Huntington, oh, back up to 4th. Skyjacker, oh, Noxie must have pitted. Noxie doesn't look like he pitted. Yeah, he must have done, but his tyres are red. Not sure. It doesn't say outlap either. Noxie may have had a bit of an off ski, I think. Jim on Wise, we know, pitted. Joker's still not pitted yet. Noxie, power sliding. Stevie Styler up into 6th. Skyjacker in 5th, and Jam back into 4th. So the early pit stop paying Jam great dividends. We think Noxie might have dropped off from these 3. I don't think he's pitted because his tyres look red, and it doesn't say outlap, which it would do. So we've missed something there while we were sat on board with Matt Psycho. He's nearly losing the car, but he's gained it back under control, and he's off again. Whew. Yes, because Stevie Styler was behind Jim on Wise, wasn't he? Because they had it coming together, and he's caught up with Noxie. So I think Noxie had a small off. A 224.9 there from Matt Psycho. Ever getting faster. Noxie's lap 6 is a bit slow. Yeah, it saw it was a 250. Oh God, where is he? I've lost him altogether now. Yeah, I saw it was a 250.5. And I thought maybe a pit stop, but it'd say this lap was an outlap. He's off. Oh, it's probably something similar to that. Maybe you want to come in. That's why the others, I think, have been coming in. Noxie, get some fresh grip. As soon as those tyres go, I think that's it. You've got no grip whatsoever. So that might be your issue there. You might want to come in and put some fresh rubber on, like maybe Jam did. And Jim on Wise. These two don't look like they're interested in a pit stop so far. That's Psycho getting faster every lap. JTX also. Oh no, JTX thrown it off the road. He's got 7 seconds before Psycho pace catches him up. There he goes. That's his 7 seconds. That's how long it takes. Psycho pace then up into 2nd spot. JTX, is he going to get moving before Jam? Jam's got 30 seconds. He's so, look at him, he's flooring that accelerator, but the traction will not let it happen. He's got a rear bumper, front bumper damage, but he can walk it off. Come on, walk it off, lad. Walk it off. You can walk it off. So Matt Psycho 30 seconds ahead of Psycho pace. Race has changed for Psycho pace. Say up into 2nd spot now. JTX finally getting going. Nearly 10 seconds behind Psycho Pace now, and 10 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington, who has pitted. Remember that. So JTX, tyres quite red, may have to pit. Jam has pitted. Skyjacker then in 5th spot, 15 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. I think we've got a little battle, won't we? No, because Jim on Wise is 13 seconds behind Stevie Styler. Noxie's 12 seconds behind Jim on Wise. Joker's only 1.7 seconds behind. Matt Psycho is in the pits. What will Psycho... Well, I think Matt Psycho's got time for a cup of tea, a crumpet, change his tyres. He could have a Ferrari pit stop if he wanted. So Psycho Pace coming up, but I imagine he will duck into the pits also, maybe there, possibly. So there you go. There's going to be no contest today for Matt Psycho. From his lead, he's going to lead from start to finish, I believe. It looks like it. Out of the pits. Psycho Pace just pulling up to the pits. JTX just not quite got to his pit lane yet. Jam has pitted. Can he get ahead of these two guys? I mean, it shows them, but there's Psycho Pace already moving. He's on the other side of the track to Jam Huntington. But Jam Huntington maybe get ahead of JTX. JTX is filling up, isn't he? He's absolutely chonking that car right up. Yes, he's put loads of fuel in that. Where's Psycho? Only a little bit of fuel. Matt Psycho also, just enough. Jam back into 3rd place then. I don't think he ever was in 3rd actually. So Jam into 3rd place. And that was probably helped quite a bit by that early pit stop that he had. Where I was dumbfounded, it seems it was the good thing to do. Skyjacker 4th ahead of JTX, but Skyjacker will have to pit. Hey, I love it when they go sideways around the corner. It's fantastic. Stevie Styler, some 10 seconds behind JTX, really looking like he could do with a pit stop. Oh, he's on the best lap though. So he's finding some pace in that Porsche. Stevie Styler weaving around, trying to find the grip. Jim on Wise, some 15 seconds behind him. He's going faster as well. Looks like, yeah, we saw he recently pitted. He's ahead of Jokers. Oh, Noxie's dropped behind Jokers now. Is that a pit stop? That is a pit stop. I don't think that's a poor lap. Well, we saw a couple of poor laps. And now he's pitted. Jokers with a big penalty. He'll probably run down in these next couple of corners. So up at the lead then. Excuse me. Is Matt Psycho. Oh, way up. There's been chat. Sorry. Shadow Rider says GTMC is going to be interesting in the wet too. Oh yeah, GTMC boys have got to do this, I think, this week coming in the wet. So it's going to be a struggle for all. Psycho Pace finding himself into that 2nd spot, some 30 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Don't know, I don't think anything's going to be done with the lead for this. I don't know if Matt Psycho could be crowned champion. I suppose he could be with no Casper. This is probably his championship, a running win race. I'll give it to him. Oh no, there's drop scores though, so you can't really jump the gun. Psycho Pace then in a 2nd spot. Jam outscoring Stevie Styler. That's helpful for him in the championship. Skyjacker, can't remember who he was close to. Might have been Jim on Wise. Hey, Racer Brown, yep, I had a go today. Oops, all I said, slip and slide. So yes, GTMC, I haven't even done the last GTMC yet, which was Blue Moon Rising, I don't know, Blue Moon something Bay. But yeah, I was meant to do it today, but I couldn't get onto YouTube for some reason. So we'll have to slip that one in. I'm off to work straight after this race, so I'll be doing it this evening. I'll find time, don't you worry. I'll squeeze it in there somewhere. So Matt Psycho leading by 30 seconds so far. We're on lap 10 of this 1 hour race. We're already 24 minutes in. That's not too bad, is it, eh? 24 minutes. Have I bored you too much? I don't think so. I usually get bored before you guys do. So Psycho Pace holding that second spot, but he's only 6.5 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington having a pace of 27.7 and 27.9 on the last 2 laps. Well, you can't tell because he's had a pit stop and an out lap, but before that he was only doing 29s and 28s. So we can conclude that Jam has got a faster pace than Psycho Pace. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Skyjacker, a great 4th spot from nowhere. JTX, he had that. He had a pit at the same time, but he put more fuel in than the other guys. Skyjacker's still not pitted. Stevie Styler, he's had an up and down race. It looks like he's just about to need a pit. Jim, some 14 seconds behind Stevie Styler, pitted, but his fuel is low, so it looks like he might have to come in again to put some fuel in. Noxie has got ahead of Jokers, I think. Oh no, Jokers hasn't pitted. Looks like Jokers may have had another off or something, or a penalty. And that's put Noxie ahead. Some 23 seconds behind Jim on Wise. It's a long way to go. His last lap was a 29.106 though. So he's heading in the right direction. Not over there though. So Matt Psycho, what can you say? 25.6 on his last lap. He's broken the 24s. He's supreme there. He's the man of Spa. Matt Sparrow. Just seeing what sort of pace Psycho Pace is doing. Oh, Stevie Styler has nipped into the pits. We said he was going to have to. Who else was it? We thought might have to. Jim on Wise, was it? He was low on fuel. Not Jokers is low on fuel. Jim on Wise, he's low on fuel, but he's going round again. He's giving it another go. Moving ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler topping up with fuel. Jim on Wise, is he? That's the pit exit. But Jim on Wise will have to pit on the next lap anyway. Stevie Styler just coming out of the pits. Some 8 seconds behind Jim, but I do believe Jim will have to pit on the next lap. Matt Psycho, half a tank fuel. Tyres barely showing any kind of red. Looks like he's pacing himself now. He did a 25.6 on his last lap. He got a penalty on that lap as well, I think. Psycho Pace, 32 seconds behind. He's done a 29.242 with Jam. He's 9 seconds back now. He's got a better pace though. He did 28.3. He was 6.5 seconds. I don't know how he's dropped to 9. His pace did look better for a while, but Psycho Pace is going a lot faster now. Half a second faster than he's gone, which will put him in the 27s quite easily. Just stretching, sorry. I'm just waiting for Psycho Pace to come across the line, see what he's doing. See, he's going to do a 27. I reckon he may well. Here he comes towards the line. 27 dead. Wow. That's a great lap time from Psycho Pace. And that is definitely putting Jam in his place, who has now come in. Maybe that's the drop off Jam's tyres. So around about halfway, this is Jam's second stop. So that's a 3-stopper, isn't it? That could be a 3-stopper. So Skyjacker moving up to 3rd. Has he even pitted yet? I don't think he has he? He's having a great race. He really is. Has he pitted? He must have pitted. Let me have a look at those lap times. 33. No. There's nothing long enough for a pit stop there, I don't think. So Skyjacker, he's playing the long game, and it's working for him at the moment. He's 8 seconds ahead of JTX, who we saw pit earlier. I think JTX may have pitted again. No, he must have pitted at the same time as everyone else. Yes. So he's pitted once. Jam pitted twice. He's only 1.8 seconds behind JTX. So Matt Psycho only pitted once. He's 33.5 seconds ahead of Psycho Pace. Mika Wivery says, third week running, the same client has rung me on a Sunday night. Getting sick of this. You know you don't have to answer it. That's the beauty of phones. I like the sound of a phone call, a phone ringing. It means I'm not answering it. So it's even better now they say your name on the mobiles. Like before, it used to be a mystery when the phone rang. You're like, oh, I wonder who that is. I'm not going to know because I'm not answering it. But now on your mobile, it tells you who you're ignoring. It's great. It's like, oh look, there's my boss. He rang me tonight to tell me what I'm meant to be doing. Did I answer? He texted me though, so I still know. Talleyrand Skyjacker's having a great race from last. He is. He really is. I was just saying. He hasn't pitted yet. His fuel management, his tyre management has been absolutely fantastic. He's only 15 seconds behind Psycho pace. How has that happened? JTX, some 7 seconds. He's not been able to catch Skyjacker up after the pit stops, even though Skyjacker's tyres are a little bit more mullered than JTX's. Jam, he's pitted twice now. He's only 4.5 seconds behind JTX. Half a tank of fuel. Stevie Styler, we've seen pit at least once. He had a purple then, so he keeps threatening to do the fastest lap. But I'm afraid on controller, wet, spa, it's got and no traction control. That is asking a lot. Jim on Wise down in 7th, only just ahead of Noxie. Noxie having the weirdest race. 1 minute he's at the back. Now Skyjacker has pitted. So Skyjacker coming in at the halfway point, so that has got to be a 1 pit stop race. There's JTX just coming to the pit exit, so JTX retaking 3rd. Jam Huntington, he's nearly at the pit exit, so he's taken 4th. Skyjacker, Stevie Styler too far back, I think, to make good of this. And Skyjacker back out into 5th spot, and JTX and Jam must be quite concerned about that. Their strategies aren't looking very good, as they both will need to pit before the end of this race. And it looks like Skyjacker might be able to run all the way home. Like the last little piggy went all the way home. That Psycho, he's the one that went to market. Look at that. 24.8 on his last lap. An absolute commanding drive here at a wet Spa Francorchamps for the HPEC Season 2 round 9 in the chat. Pat says, have I missed much in the last 10 to 15 minutes? Been away from computer, and now my dad wants it to watch NFL on my laptop. I just changed to watch on PS4. Oh bless. How's Matt's pit stop strategy looking? I missed a lot. He's pitted once already, and he'll have to pit again before the end of this race. Psycho pace is on pretty much the same strategy as Matt Psycho is. This is the race. It's JTX, Jam Huntington and Skyjacker. Skyjacker, he's one stopping. He's just pitted halfway through this race. He was up into 3rd with JTX 7 seconds behind him, and Jam had a 2nd stop. So by all that accounts, Jam still needs to stop again before the end of this race, as does JTX, where Skyjacker does not. So Skyjacker could be in a net 3rd place from last to 3rd in this race, if he keeps it going the right way. So very interesting who is going to finish in 3rd out of Jam, JTX and Skyjacker. Stevie Styler, he keeps threatening. He's done a 2:29.4. he's fast, he's got the pace. It's just, I think, on controller it's a very tricky thing with no traction around here. He's got 18 seconds on Jim One Wise. Jim is 9 seconds ahead of Noxie, who is 46 seconds ahead of Jokers, but we can see Jokers is hiding behind that barrier. It's a bit shy. Now he's back out and racing again. Whew. So yeah, we've had an upsy-downsy race all throughout the field, except for this man and this man. These two have been solids. JTX lost 2nd spot from having a small off. Then he cracked on for a couple of laps, pitted. I think he lost 3rd to Jam, but Jam pitted early, and JTX may have taken it over. Fair play, Steve, using a pad and no traction. I know, it's crazy. I don't know how he's doing it. I couldn't even use the pad with no traction on the dry when I did that half a season of MTCC. It was awful. 224.2 there for Matt Psycho. He really is obliterating the field here. The closest a Psycho Pace can do is a 227 dead. We were watching him when he did that lap. He is 41 seconds behind Matt Psycho now. That's crazy stuff. We're 25 minutes left, 26 minutes left of the race, 34 minutes gone. JTX holding a fine third place, but we know he will have to pit before the end of this race, along with Jam, the Earl of Huntingdon. And Skyjacker just pitted. His tyre management and fuel saving has been absolutely amazing during this race, and he could be in for a sneaky podium. It's one to watch as this race develops. Stevie Styler is in 6th spot. He was up there earlier, he was fighting him and Jim Wan. I think he got caught out by Jim Wan Wise braking. I think Jim Wan Wise braking a bit early to let Noxie through, and Stevie and Jim Wan Wise had a little coming together and it put them both to the back, so they've had a fight through to come 6th and 7th. Noxie, we think's made a mistake because he was up in 4th at one point, and then he dropped down to 8th. He's waiting for the leaders to come through, it looks like. Matt Psycho, it's alright, you've got another 40 minutes now, Noxie, before the next chap comes through. And obviously Jocus there also. So, could Matt Psycho win? Let's ponder that. Let's wonder if there's any kind of strategical thing Matt Psycho can do now to win this race. We know he definitely has to pit. I think he could get out and walk and win in the last 24 minutes. 44 seconds on Psycho Pace. That is commanding, isn't it? I don't think we've seen a win like that so far this season in HPEC. I honestly don't. Mika says she called it right at the start. She did. She said Matt Psycho was going to win. I don't know what gave her that inkling, but yeah. And I called Psycho Pace, so look how far wrong I was. I was 45 seconds wrong, and we've not finished yet. We're only 36 and a half minutes into this race. Wow. Yeah, they all use it. He's the Rainmeister. JTX, can he save that podium? Is there a way he can protect his original podium from that man there? Skyjacker, ooh, 2.5 second penalty. I feel bad for that poor bloody steward that has to go through it all. Stevie Styler, 21 seconds behind Skyjacker and 22 seconds ahead of Jim Wan Wise. He's just done his fastest lap of a 228.128. He will have to pit again, but so will Jim Wan Wise. Noxie is in the pits. He's topping right up. So he's just going to fill it up and run to the end, I reckon. Looks that way. He's still got 44 seconds on Jocus. 43 seconds, and he's a minute behind Jim Wan Wise. So what can he do? Just a nice clean run all the way home. Can he make the tyres last 22 minutes? Skyjacker managed it, so it is doable. Looks like Matt Psycho's car is running on fumes. Needs a pit stop pretty soon. Psycho Pace still got a little bit of fuel left in there. It can go a little longer than Matt Psycho. Pat says this must be some strategy Matt is on. Could be one to watch if he's doing the endurance race here. Oh, what for GTMC? Yeah, it's good practice for him. See what works in a race, but you can only use wets here, so... Oh, you can only use wets in GTMC as well. Yeah, I suppose the 2 compound thing goes right out the window. Ah, yes. Psycho Pace, it's got a little bit more fuel. They had about a similar amount of fuel when they came out, so Psycho Pace has been saving a bit of fuel, but 46 seconds, I don't think. He's still got to pit, and Matt, I think, only has to pit the once. So I don't think there's really any strategy there. It's just he hasn't used as much fuel up. He can go a bit longer. There, Jam. Oh, so JTX has pulled the trigger. No, JTX hasn't been in the pits. I don't think he's been in the pits. It looks like he's made a pure mistake that's promoted Jam up into 3rd spot. Skyjacker there, still in 4th, sitting pretty. No pit stops needed. Oh dear, JTX. What happened to you? That's tough, man. That's really tough. So we were watching him as well, weren't we? Didn't do it. Well, you couldn't do it while we were watching, Jay. No. Pat says I was thinking the 2.5 hour race actually, but it could also work for the other races here. Oh yeah, I was thinking of the wet feature race on GTMC on Tuesday. But yeah, the actual one, Matt Psycho. I said his car needs to come in. He's topped her right up, ready to go the rest of the way home. Here comes Psycho. He's been doing exactly the same pit stops as Matt Psycho, Psycho Pace. Exact same strategy. So Jam Huntington some 40 seconds behind these guys. He looks like his car's a bit thirsty. The Skyjacker some 15 seconds behind Jam. I don't know how long a pit stop takes. I suppose you can look. 2:57. It's a long time. It's a long time for a pit. I know it comes off of your outlap, some of that. But Jam just coming around slowly around that corner. You can't push it. He's 15 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, but we know Skyjacker is doing a lot of managing in that car. JTX some 5 seconds behind. He's just picked himself up a penalty. He's going in the pits, is he? I don't know if he meant to go in the pits. Oh, he hit the pit bollard before he went in. Oh God, how annoying for him. So JTX in the pits, turned into a poor race in 1 lap for him from 3rd. He's dropped down to 6th at the moment with his pit stop included. So Matt Psycho, oh God, who was going out wide there? Oh, it's Jokers, sorry. So Matt 41 seconds ahead of a Psycho Pace. We think, when I say we, I think that they're running to the end now, these two. Jam, he still has to make a pit stop pretty soon, and he's only 13 seconds. He's lost 2 seconds somehow to Skyjacker, so it looks like Skyjacker's going to put himself back into that 3rd spot. He's only 8 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler, who is starting to find a nice bit of pace in that car. He's just under 27.957, so but he will have to pit. I've just noticed his fuel is red. So Stevie Styler having to come into the pits, 9/10 behind. Oh, JTX has come out of the pits just behind Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise, he'll have to pit before the end of this race. Jam up into 3rd. So yeah, Jam's up into 3rd. He's not pitting just yet. I don't think he's had a chance though. Stevie's off, but he's got 25 seconds on Jim on Wise, but Stevie really does need a pit stop pretty soon. Jim on Wise, JTX just behind him. It's arse. There we go. So sat on board with the Flying Finn. He had a couple of rough corners from 3rd down into 7th, including his pit stop. And he's chasing down Jim on Wise in the sister Audi. Oh, Jim on Wise taking a wide line there, giving JTX the opportunity to move up the inside of him, but Jim on Wise might come back. Ooh, don't hit him. There you go. Brilliant stuff. JTX up into 6th spot, 25 seconds behind Stevie Styler, who we believe will be going into the pits at the end of this lap. Skyjacker swanning past the pits whilst Jam is sat there trying to get new tyres, put some fuel in to finish this race. Skyjacker now coming around that last corner. Jam still filling up. Skyjacker rounding the source. There goes Jam. He's moving now, but Skyjacker, he's coming up to the pit exit. Here comes Jam. There's Skyjacker. There's Jam. Who is where? Skyjacker is up the track. Skyjacker Skyjacker some 3.5 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington after that pit, but Jam has got fresher rubber on than Skyjacker. Exactly the same amount of fuel. There's Stevie Styler. We said he had to go into the pits. Can JTX get past Stevie in the pit lane? Not sure, you know. I don't think he might be able to. He's coming towards the source. You never know. Stevie Styler's on the move again. JTX just into the corner, but I think Stevie Styler is there on the track. Boom. Just ahead of JTX, who is in 6th spot behind Stevie Styler. Jim on Wise 11 seconds behind JTX. He will need to stop before the end of this race. So Noxie has pitted. We saw him pit, top up. He's going till the end. So Skyjacker some 3.5 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington. It isn't over yet. We've still got 15 minutes left of this race. The Mika Wivery says Jim on Wise went off. Oh, did he? When? Red Bull. So Matt Psycho leading 46 seconds. He's flying, isn't he, eh? He knows his way around this track behind JTX. Oh, did he? Oh, no, did he? Yes, Stevie Styler's got back ahead of him, hasn't he? Oh, I missed that one. So, JTX there, 5th. Stevie Styler up into 6th. Jim on Wise needs a pit stop. Noxie topped right up all the way till the end. Still don't think he's going to be able to get ahead of Jim on Wise, unless Jim on Wise has some awful lappages. Skyjacker still holding 4.3 seconds now ahead of Jam, but he's creeping around that last corner. What can Jam do? He's going in better. He's not having to go through as slow as Skyjacker. He's coming out of it. Whoa, we're going to have a slow race, boys and girls. So Nika said I heard squealing tyres and he wasn't in the background at the next corner. There you go. You are good. You should be doing this job. So a Jam then 3.5 seconds behind the Skyjacker. Skyjacker's best lap at 27.412 done on lap 17. Jam Huntington's best lap at 27.550 done on lap 13. So Skyjacker is the faster man. What a great strategy, really is. It needs really bigging up that strategy. You should all get into the Discord and tell him what a fine job he did. Also, that man didn't put a foot wrong, did he? What's the yellow flag for, I wonder? Ooh, shall we stay? There we go. Someone's off the track. And no, JTX is gone. Oh, no. JTX is gone. What a shame. What an awful shame. Jim on Wise is in the pits. He's promoted up into 6th now. JTX was in 5th as well, wasn't he? Oh. What a bummer. Jim on Wise topping up. Don't put too much in. You've only got 12 minutes, 13 minutes left. Excuse me. Yes, don't put too much in. So Matt Psycho leading by nearly 50 seconds. Fantastic stuff. That said, judging by the gap, I'd say it was a quick corner. Oh, Jim was right behind JTX when we last saw him before Stevie's pit stop, and Stevie came out of the pits 11 seconds ahead of him. Oh, there you go. You two are so much better than this than me. That was Pat, by the way, people. Pat and Mika are on the ball. More so than me. So Matt leading by nearly 50 seconds. A psycho pace. 36 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. It's only 3 seconds between Jam and Sky. Sitting on board with Jam Huntington. What can he do? What can he do? I bet he's trying everything. And we can see that Skyjacker is not comfortable in that last chicane. If Jam can just get a little closer, he might be able to apply some pressure. Don't forget Skyjacker's tyres so much older than Jam's. But it's back up to 4 seconds. The gap. just crawling around these. Whoa, no! Oh no! Jam has lost the back end somewhat. Stevie Styler is a long way back, so that's okay, but that really he wants to be applying pressure on Skyjacker, and now he's giving Skyjacker wiggle room. Skyjacker probably smiling ear to ear, seeing that time. Deficit dropping from Jam. Oh, Jam. Oh, it was his birthday yesterday as well. I hope he got a treat. Matt Psycho leading by 50 seconds from Psycho Pace. These two were on exactly the same strategy. They pitted at the same time. Mika Wivery, so she's gutted. And Racer Brown said, great strategy from Skyjacker. Wasn't it just? From last place, 9th on the grid. All the way. Well, I don't know if he's 9th on the grid, but he had some problems at some point in this race. But yeah, one stopped it. I think he's the only one that has one stopped it. Jam. He was chasing him down. He was only 3 seconds behind. He's trying again, but he's pushing. Look, he's pushing. This is what happens. This is the mistake you could easily make here. You've got to go steady. You just got to go. You've got to relax, and you've got to get in your pace, your zone, and you just got to keep doing those lap times. You just got to keep doing them. If you start trying to push, and you want to go faster, you're going to find you're going to have offs. You're going to have mistakes. You're gonna. It's just about control, Danielson. It's balance. All life needs balance. So Jim on Wise behind Stevie Styler, but ahead of Noxie. Noxie was looking good earlier on, but he's had a bit of a rough race in places. He's ahead of Jokers though by 35 seconds. We saw Jokers just absolutely topped it up with about 25 minutes to go. I think he's decided just to bring it on home. It's lap times. This is a 31, 32. They've been up and down. Jim, he's been doing 30s, 32s, not too bad. Stevie Styler, 27.9, 28.7 on his last lap. But he's not really racing anyone today. Jam, he's 11 seconds now behind. He cannot get that pace that Skyjacker's managing at the moment. Pat says is a lot easier to lose focus and the rhythm of the track than to get it back. Here, right there, Mika Wivery says Joker's tyres are looking a bad way. Oh, I didn't notice his tyres. Hang on. 8, you silly sausage. Well, yes, they're quite red. He's hanging it out there in the back. Probably needs a pit for this. Ooh, he's going to be lapped by Skyjacker soon. He's getting the blue flags from Skyjacker. Oh no, Skyjacker's thrown it off. Skyjacker's thrown it off. Oh my lord. Jam's coming around. Where is he? Skyjacker getting back to the track. Jam's still not quite there. Skyjacker's absolutely thankful, grateful for the deficit that he's made up. Skyjacker's still there though. But Jam's so much closer. It's down to 2.5 seconds. Jam going sideways in celebration. Pushing. Push. Skyjacker there, heart in mouth moment. He's trying to regain it. He's trying to get that rhythm back. My lord. Jam Huntington pushing for all might now. He's got 7.5 minutes. He's seen that the Skyjacker's tyres could possibly be giving up that grip that he was once enjoying. He's not quite there. Or the focus is starting to drop. 52 minutes into this race and 30 minutes of qualifying. This is nearly purely an hour and a half at least, with the half-hour practice before. They've been going around this track for nearly 2 hours, some of these guys. So Jam Huntington 2.2 seconds behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker we saw having an off. Don't push, Skyjacker, don't push. Don't push. Drive, chill it, chill with 6.5 minutes to go. That's it, nice and steady, the pair of you. So Skyjacker, that was so close. There's Jam. We're having a slow race. They're trying to resist that urge to push. But Skyjacker managing to pull another second out on that awful lap that he had with the off. In the chat, Pat says Jam's losing time now. Might take a bit of getting back. Skyjacker's third place might be good unless he needs to stop. I type this, he bins it at the hairpin. Is that a predictive curse? Yeah. Mika says the risk of the one stop with tyre wear. This is it. He's got his hands full. Jam 4 seconds though. Seems like Skyjacker, he has the pace on the Jam. Jam's now got himself a penalty up ahead with only just under 6 minutes to go. Matt Psycho, 57-second lead. I honestly don't think we've seen a lead that big in HPEC. This is absolutely amazing by Matt Psycho. Psycho Pace has done all he can. He's done everything he can in that old Toyota to keep up with Matt Psycho, but it was just too much. The Porsche, it's just, and in Matt Psycho's hands, just was too strong today. Skyjacker absolutely strategied his way onto the podium today. He ignored everyone else doing 2 to 3 stops, went for the one stop, ignored the tyre wear, doesn't care about grip, obviously. Last 3 laps for the leader, says Matt. No, Matt Psycho doesn't say that. Matt Psycho's the leader. It was Pat. Pat and Matt, they sound quite alike, you know. They've both got A and T in their name. Matt Psycho then. 4.5 minutes to go. 59-second lead virtually from Psycho Pace, who's 50 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. So the top 2, I pretty much reckon, is tied up. Looks like Jam just doesn't have the pace at the end of this race to keep up with Skyjacker. Skyjacker, I mean, he did a 2:27. His last lap was a 38.9, but we saw he was having an off. So yeah, let's have some of them. Whoosh. Skyjacker, some 5.5 seconds ahead of a Jam. Whoosh. There we go. Stevie Styler in 5th in the end with JTX's DNF, promoting him up to 5th. Only a place behind Jam. Remember him and Jam. There's a 10-point deficit between them two. Jam on 93, Stevie Styler on 83. So he doesn't lose too many points to Jam Hunting in this race. And next race is Le Mans. Although when we did the actual proper endurance event, Le Mans, I think Jam did well there. Jam's strong, but I think Stevie Styler was in a Group 3 car. So we'll have to see. And he was doing really well. I think he missed a pit stop. And that's go round on very low fuel. Jim on Wise in 6th. Wasn't sure he was going to even come. Didn't think it was going to be worth his while. But he's got 6th place out of it. It's good in anyone's book. In the wet. Noxie admitted he hadn't had much practice here. He's got himself a 7th place. He changed his strategy mid-race, I think, from pit dashes to one long go, but I think now he's just got no grip. Maybe pop in the pits, Noxie, put some fresh rubber on, enjoy the last couple of minutes of the race. And Joker's there in 8th spot. He got a 32.163 out of it. Again, yeah, his tyres look absolutely mullered, like Mika said earlier on, and he probably could just go in the pits, get himself a new bit of rubber. Matt Psycho, 1 minute 4 seconds ahead of Psycho Pace. He's coming up, it looks like, to lap. Is that Noxie or Stevie Styler? They were blue. We were a blue car, but I can't see which one. There. We've got 2 minutes left of this 1 hour race. Skyjacker in the end, nearly 10 seconds ahead of Jam Huntington. So that's great stuff from Skyjacker. Yeah, it was, like I said, Stevie Styler getting the blue flags because Matt Psycho's coming around. There me. See Matt Psycho just in the distance. You do get the blue flags really early in this game, don't you? Looks like bloody Stevie Styler's struggling to get that Porsche under control at the moment. His tyres are slightly red. He's some 20 seconds away from Jam Hunter, and one spin and Jam is in trouble. Oh, sorry, wrong button. But Jam doesn't look like he's in any mood to do any spin. He did 39.8 on his last lap though, so maybe he did have a spin. Oh no, his fuel is so low. No, dude, I'll be up in a minute or so. And Mum killed a spider owl. She's so cruel. They kill flies, and flies are worse than spiders. Okay, so Jam there, he is low on fuel for another lap here at Spa. Can he keep it up? Stevie Styler though, he's lost a bit of time. He's good for fuel though, I don't know why. 37 on his last attempt. Matt Psycho, no worries, 30 seconds, he's gone across the line. This will be his last lap with Psycho pace. He's not crossed the line, this probably is his last lap in all fairness. Skyjacker also on his last lap. Jam Huntington, that fuel hull is a worry, it really is, and so is Sky's. I'd be concerned if I was those guys. Skyjacker's got a little bit more than Jam, but Jam, yes, he's low on fuel. Stevie Styler though, doesn't look like he's coming to attack Jam. He was only 20 seconds behind him, 19 seconds, but he's lost another 5 seconds. So Psycho Pace, we're going to see crossing the line any second now. Matt Psycho will be following not shortly. So here comes Psycho Pace. Come to get a great second spot. Won last week, a second spot this week. Fantastic. Skyjacker coming around. He's quite a way off yet though, which is a concern with that fuel. Jam's fuel just as bad. He's not losing time to Stevie Styler though. So, I don't know, he's managing it well. Skyjacker also managing his fuel. He's only had one stop this race, so he's done a great job to get his fuel to last that long. You can see Noxie just ahead of Skyjacker crossing the line there, not quite crossing the line. Ooh, nearly affected Skyjacker's race. There's Skyjacker, he did have enough fuel just about to get there. Jam Huntington then coming around in 4th. Oh, that was there's so not much fuel left in that car, but it looks like he is going to make it. Noxie finally gets across the line for 7th spot. Here comes Jam now. There you go, great stuff. 4th spot there for Jam. Stevie Styler just coming around. God, looks like he's flying, man. So Noxie's already crossed the line, and that looks like it's Jokus just ahead of Stevie Styler crossing the line. So you can see Jokus there, well done, 8th spot. Stevie Styler just crossing the line, 4th, 5th. There's Jim on Wise. Where's Matt Psycho? Is Matt Psycho close? He's done, hasn't he? Oh, sorry, Matt Psycho, congratulations, he won. Bugger, I was trying to get back to him in time. And there we see Jim on Wise just finishing off his lap. He's not there yet, so congratulations, Matt Psycho, fantastic win. Wow, dominant to say the least, really was. So here we go. Oh, we've got loads of chat on the go. Pat said 6 laps in a row, 2 minutes 25 for Matt. Great consistency. Psycho Pace says that was so much concentration, I can imagine. Skyjacker, I'll take that. So I bet you will. That was a fantastic 3rd spot. Psycho Pace, me too. Yeah, 2nd spot, brilliant stuff. Here we go, more chat. Mika Wivery says congrats Psycho and Skyjacker. Psycho Pace says no practice, winged start. 2nd, all good. Racer Brown says congratulations Matt Psycho. Skyjacker says that was the hardest thing I've ever tried. That's great stuff, Skyjacker. Psycho Pace said thanks. Psycho Pace said nice Mr. Matt. Mika Wivery said Matt is the man. And Talaran there says driver of the day, sure, Skyjacker. I tell you, you can't argue with that, can you? From last to 3rd, a great strategy. But let's just take a moment to see Matt Psycho, a lap ahead of the field, and it was virtually a lap. So Matt Psycho takes the win here for round 9, and that I'm not sure, because of drop scores and such what, but that might wrap up the championship for Matt Psycho. We will have to wait and see. He might be HPEC Season 2's new champion. In second place, we have a Psycho Pace, formerly known as Psycho Sheep, having a great race. No practice, but there's been a few. I think the key was no practice, because Skyjacker had no practice also. And he got a great strategy, got the strategy just right there for third spot. Jam Huntington, it was so close, coming out of Skyjacker's, of Jam's last pit stop, I mean. Very close, could have gone two ways. Jam just didn't have the pace to stay with Skyjacker in that final stint. Even though Skyjacker had a small off, it wasn't enough for Jam to keep with him. Stevie Styler had an up and down race, had to wait early on for Jim on Wise. So put him further back than he probably would have liked, but on a controller with no traction, did a fine job coming through to fifth. Jim on Wise didn't even want to be here today. Look, sixth spot. I'd take that any day. Top Audi driver. Yeah. So seventh, Noxie. He had an up and down race. He tried different things. Tried thinking his way around the problem. Excellent stuff. And Jokers in eighth. He got some lap times. He was thereabouts. Matt Psycho got your fastest lap with a 2:24.271 in the end. My God, that is some pace. So that was that. That was fantastic. In the chat, then we have Skyjacker question mark to driver of the day. Matt Sykes says, thanks, great racing. The Mika Wivery, can't believe I called it and was right. I'm never right. The Mika Wivery, I had faith in you, Matt, from the start. And Talaran said, joking, don't kill me. Oh, why did he say driver of the day before the end of the race? No, I think he said it after the race. But there, brilliant stuff there from round 9 in the wet here at Spa. Only one left, guys and girls. Only the one left at the Group 1 Temple of Racing, Le Mans. So join us next Sunday for another hour's fun racing in the dry this time around Le Mans. Don't forget, on Friday evenings we broadcast the MTCC, and that never fails to entertain. On Sunday evening, Saturday evening, next Saturday evening, we have the last round of the Max 5 Championship. So I don't know if that'll be back before Christmas. I'm not sure. Ooh, we'll have to wait and see what the boss says. But yeah, Max 5, final round, I believe, this Saturday, and the final round of the HPEC next Sunday. Look out on our YouTube channel during the week, because there will be some GTMC races going up, and hopefully the WRX round 1 going up soon. And don't forget to sign up for the Porsche Sprinter. I think there's only 3 seats left of that, which starts a week on Tuesday, and the Red Bull Racing, which starts the week after HPEC finishes. So check out our Discord. You can get there through our website, Virtual Racers Club, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Don't put com in like I did the other day and wondered why it didn't work anymore, and thought, oh, they've changed the website address. It was always co.uk. It's me that was typing in com, because everything to me means com. I don't know. But get it right, alright, or you won't get there. Come and join us at Discord. Have fun. We've got friends. We've got friends that sell you things. So if you come to our Discord, there's Heel Tread, I believe, Groovy Socks for Christmas, Acelith, that do awesome steering wheels and lovely stickers, which makes your steering wheels that you already have look pretty. So yeah, have a look about. You get something. I'm sure you do. If you don't get something, we get something. So if you're going to buy them through us. Let us have something. I don't know. Honestly, don't know the ins and the outs of it all. Don't listen to a word I say. They trust me with way too much. Oh gosh, I should wrap it all up. That was it, wasn't it? Look, everyone's left except for Jam, Matt and me. Matt's probably running around the garden with his t-shirt over his head, singing glory, glory, I'm the best. And Jam's just probably waiting for me to stop talking a load of crap, and then he can close the room down. So I will oblige him. Thank you for tuning in for round 9 here at HPEC. It was a great race. We all enjoyed ourselves very much. A good luck on Tuesday to the American dude who wins, because it seems it's one and worse out there, old man or madman. So good luck to our American friends. You're going to need it. We've got our own woes. Good luck everyone on Thursday with Locking the Door. Don't you worry. No matter where you are, I will still be here chatting to you, no matter what situation we're in. Okay, thank you. I was your broadcaster and YouTube commentator of the Virtual Racing Club Racing Series, and my name was Alcoholic. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all. Off to work now. Bummer.